Hey y'all, welcome and welcome back. Finally, I wanted to walk you through the cutest thing ever, also known as my passport size olive green TN Hobbies notebook. And a lot of you in my last video where I unboxed the 2025 Travelers Company diary set said that you wanted to see inside of this little cutie. So this is that time. So I'm gonna walk you through. And I will preface this by saying this came together very quickly. This is not one of these aesthetic videos. I mean, I use my notebooks and planners and things to make my life better, and sometimes I try to make them pretty, sometimes it don't work out that way, but it's still very useful and functional, as they say, as the kids in the community say. So I think I've said this before, but I'll say it again. I have been a Travelers Company lover since 2016. That's when I got my first one, which is the brown standard TN. And over the years, I've acquired a couple more to add to my collection. I have a black standard, I have a black passport, I have the olive standard, which is this that I use for my journaling, Dear Diary journaling. I have the olive passport. I have a camel passport, but it's really not a camel passport. It's a brown passport. Anyway, all I have to say is do not order your Travelers Company notebooks from Amazon. I would not do that. I did that one time with the camel passport, and it's not the right color. So order from places like Jet Pens and Baumkuchen, or any of the other Travelers Company USA, of course, order from them. But I would not order from Amazon. That's all I'm gonna say, because I don't know what's happening there. So anyway, I'm gonna walk you through my hobbies TN, and I can't wait to show you the setup for 2025. I may or may not be adding a new color to the TN family, but you gotta wait to see. I'll start sharing the setup videos for 2025 in towards the end of November, beginning of December, because I'm moving into all my planners in December. I don't need to wait. Let's just get in there, right? So here we go. Let's talk about the hobbies TN. It's cute. I did not buy anything for this. I have things in my stash. I use things that I've used before and I just repurpose them. I didn't buy anything new for this. This is just stuff that I had around the house, even down to this pen, which I know I said in a previous video, I am not an Energel cleaner stan. I prefer Sarasa, but I'm starting to like these pens quite a bit. So much so that I have two that I use in my hobbies TN, a brown one and a black one. So there's that. So I'm pretty much using what I have and trying to make use of my TNs, and I love touching it. I touch it every day, mainly because one of my hobbies is becoming a problem at the moment. I'm trying to slow down, but anyway, and yeah, it's coming along nicely. So anyway, let's get into this. Bring you down close. So to start off, I have a Baumkuchen charm on here, and it just says trust the process. And then on the other side, it says Baumkuchen made in Japan. And it's cute. On here, I have this Moomin charm that I got in London this past June. So that's cute. It's just hanging in there, a little mixed metal, chrome and brass. It's cute. Okay. Oh, I love doing this to my tans, rolling them, because it gives you some really interesting colors. Anyway, I do not baby my tans, so if this is bothering you, I'm so sorry. They're meant to be, you're meant to like love it and smush it and like all the things. Like, please don't. Anyway, I can go into a tizzy about some of the things I see some of you do on the internet with your stuff. Use your stuff. Just use it. Okay, so I have 4 inserts in here. I don't know if you can see this. These Traveler's Notebooks come with 2 cords, 2 center bands. So I have 2 books in each of the bands, piggybacked like that. So I have four books in here and a craft folder. So the first thing is a black girl with hobbies. That would be me. Hobbies are important for your wellness, so get you some, okay? And I am speaking as a workaholic. I used to say I'm a recovering workaholic, but I work a lot. I guess I am whatever. So get you some hobbies that have nothing to do with money or labor in exchange for money. These are just some stickers that I had in my stash from way back from Michael's. I don't even know the name of them, but they're super cute. I'm sure these date back at least 4 or 5 years. I have no idea. This is made with a label maker that I love. It's that Dymo label maker, old school. I bought it back in 2020, back when the panini started. And we were all home, and I was just like, I have to bring order to my life. I need to get a label maker. So I was running through my house, putting labels on everything, organizing everything, because, you know, we were indoors. So I use this label maker almost every day. I use it for everything. I love it. I buy the refills. It's wonderful. I encourage you to get you one. Inside the folder, some more stickers. This is just the pencil board. I don't remember what year this is from. Oh, maybe this is 2024 or 2023. I don't know. No idea. I buy them every year and I just use them because they're cute. So I'll switch it out with the 2025 one when I switch this over in January. I'm gonna wait to switch this over in January. I don't need to switch this over now because literally I'm just gonna change the cover. Everything else is coming with me and nothing is really dated. So that's the pencil board in that pocket. And then the first insert, I'm gonna go to the back pocket. No, I'll go to the insert. This is just a Traveler's Company undated monthly that I had since, I'll tell you, I've had it since 2021. So I was using it in 2021 and I don't know why I stopped using it because it was actually fun to use. I don't know why I don't plan in a Passport TN. I mean, I'm in love with the pocket size, but it just dawned on me recently, like, why aren't you using your Passport TNs? You didn't need to go through the whole pocket phase. You could have just stayed here and it would have been fine. So this is a Traveler's Company monthly, undated. So I just started using it in September. I set up this Hobbies TN on September 11th. Don't know if you can see that. The light is quite bright. And yeah, and I just set some goals, set up the Hobbies TN, update my knitting projects, explore cozy games. So I use this Hobbies notebook to track mainly 2 hobbies, and then I just recently added the 4th book, which is tracking reading. And I decided to do that because I was like, okay, I'm doing all these hobbies, but I want to remind myself that I also need to be reading. So reading is not a hobby. It's like a way of life for me. So, but I want to keep track of I want to make sure I'm reading at a clip that will keep my mind sharp, because sometimes I get so consumed with work that I will turn around and 3 months have passed and I'm like, what was the last book I read that wasn't for work, or article, you know, essay or something that wasn't for work? I don't want to live like that. So I want to be reading all the time. Kind of like I bathe every day, I want to read every day. So I added that book in there. But mainly the hobbies are knitting and Nintendo. So in the monthlies, what I do is I have these little, again, trying to use up my stash. I have these little stickers that tell me the days where I engaged my hobby. So these are the little stickers. Again, I can't tell you where they came from. I think someone bought these back from me from somewhere. And I want to say I've had these since like 2016 or 2015, like or 2017, like ridiculous. But I'm using them. I had 2 pages, now I only have this, so I'm using them up. And I just use these as little notes to tell me on what days I was engaging my hobby. So the days that I play Nintendo have these little stickers on them. So you can see there's some days where I'm like 3 in a row, and then I'm like, girl, you need to take a break. 4 in a row, then it's like, girl, you need to take a break. And then for knitting, I'll put like a star in the box if I did knitting. Now, I gotta come up with another system, because that little star icon, I make it with the Hobonichi stencil, and the stencil is not in here. So it makes it hard to, you know, whatever. I probably will just need to put like a dot or write the word knitting or what have you. But that's what September looked like. I played a lot of Nintendo. Now, what this doesn't tell me is how long I played. I don't really want to know. There's some days I only play for like 20 minutes, and then if it's a Saturday or Sunday, this can be like 4 hours of playing. It was getting ridiculous. So then we had October. So you can see, and I did knit in October, but again, I have to come up with a better system for logging that. I know I knitted on the 31st, so I put this little dot here so I can go back and put something there to just remind me like, yeah, I did knit on that day. But this is pretty much just Stardew. Stardew Valley. And here we are in November. So 3 days, and then I'm like, you need to take a break. These days, I haven't played Stardew today. I'm not going to play. I'm trying to get through the weekend without it, so I'm going to knit tonight. So this is what I use this calendar for. And I have lots of pages left. So yeah, just use it up until it's time to get another one. And I'll just get another undated, because there may be seasons where these hobbies just can't be done. So I don't need to waste a dated monthly calendar. So, and all of the decorations are just like stickers from my stash. This is a piece of paper from a notepad, a rifle paper code notepad, and I just cut off the top and glued a piece of that paper there. Traveler's Company paper, just some stickers that say, oh my God, don't forget to have fun. And this was already set up from 2021. So again, I was trying to remind myself to have fun back then. This is a little ephemera from a coffee shop I would go to every day when I was in Bali. And then in this pocket, this is my game. Oh, here's the other sheet. Actually, I still have 2. No worries. We're going to get through them. So this is the game that I play, Stardew Valley. If you know, you know. It's a farming game. It's at your own pace. There's no rushing. You just figure it out. And it took me a while to figure it out. I'm in year 6 now, and I'm just now getting myself together. And then this is just a printout that I found online of somebody's farm that I'm like using as inspiration. I already didn't do this part. I've kind of done this part, and I've just done my own thing, but this was a good place for me to start to figure out like, oh, where can I put stuff? Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I moved my shed from here to over here. And yeah, so this is like inspiration for my farm. And then this is just another printout from the internet of the people in Stardew and the gifts. I needed to be reminded of what gifts I can give people so that they can become my friends and give me gifts. And I love gifts. Some more stickers on the folder, more stickers. And then now we get into the notebooks for each of the hobbies. So I have one for Stardew Valley. Have fun. I have one for knitting. Oh, so cute. And then reading. Okay, so look at that. So this is a Traveler's Company notebook. This is a gridded one. Some of this stuff, I wanted to add like a picture of my farm, but I know how to take screenshots on my Switch, but I don't know where the screenshots go or how to print them. So I have to Google that. In the meantime, the name of my farm is called Windbrook Farm. And my name in the game is Rain, R-A-I-N. And this is just a smaller version of that map, of that layout that I just showed you. And then this is just me keeping, so this notebook is just me scratching notes as I'm going through the game. There's nothing pre-planned here. I'm literally using it as a scratch pad because with the way the game works is that you play it for a little while, and then as you're playing it, you come up with all these ideas of things you need to do the next day and the next day and the next day or the next season. So I just use this to scratch things, and then when I Google stuff or read the Reddit threads or the Wikipedia for Stardew, then I'll jot notes down in here. So I'm in year 6, and these are just highlights of what I was trying to work on. Like, it took me 4 years to get the community center finished, mainly because I avoided fishing until the 3rd year because it just felt like it was impossible. Now it's like the easiest thing ever. So that's why it took me forever. And then these are just some maps of like reminding you last days to plant certain fruits and vegetables, and then the birthdays of the different people that live in Stardew. So you definitely should give them gifts on their birthday. And in winter, there's nothing for winter because there's really nothing you can plant in winter except for winter seeds if you got some. And I do have some, but I just haven't bothered. And then this was the community center and all the things you have to do in order to fix it up. So you can see my little chart is complete. I'm currently working on the JoJo Mart bonus, but all of this is complete. And I feel accomplished. So now here's where we get into the scratch pad. I don't know if you can see that, but this is just me scratching down notes of like, oh my God, I need to catch these fish. When are they out? This is just telling you what you can forage during different times of the year. And then these are more scratch notes, like buy chickens. When I figured out how to buy chickens, I bought 4. I named her Lady, Jade, Jet, and is that Cutie? Cutie, Lucy. And then it was like, okay, now that I have chickens, what do I have to do? Oh, I need to save the eggs for a mail machine. Well, how do I get a mail machine? And then it's like, you get a mail machine by getting 15 pieces of wood, 15 stones, an earth crystal, a copper bar. Okay, so that's how it ends up going. And then I'll just write notes about different things. These are just printouts from online. I don't even know what this is. Like, I haven't even figured out how to make a fish pond yet. That's like my next thing. And then these are just some more notes of to-dos. Organize my chest, swap the shed, change the chicken location, make sure I have hay, give gifts to people on the weekend, 2 gifts each per week. Construction, like what you need to build things. So anyway, that's Stardew, and I have plenty of pay. This is the price when I sell things, because you got to make money. And then I have lots of pages left for forever. Okay, that's Stardew. I feel like this is taking so long. I'm so sorry. Next hobby, my fave, knitting. Yay! Oh, I didn't show you my switch, just so you can see. I got this case on Amazon. So cute, right? Little bear patch put there. Boop, boop. And in my little case, I have my reading glasses because cannot see the screen. Lens cleaner. And then this is my little switch, which I put the little, they don't come like this, but you can put, this case comes with all these little things you can put on your switch. So mine is brown. And I love it. Oh gosh, let me put it back because now I want to play. Now I want to crawl up in the bed and play Stardew. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to crawl up in the bed and knit and listen to a book on Audible. Okay, so knitting is the next hobby. I've been knitting since 2006. My daughter taught me how to knit when she was 9, and I couldn't get it. I was so frustrated for the whole year. It was just, I was like, how is this relaxing? I was also in graduate school at the time, and I was very stressed out. And then I said, okay, I gotta pick this back up. So I started knitting again in lecture, and it stuck. And then I had joined a knitting group, and I met my friend Dara, and then other women in the group taught me how to spin yarn and dye yarn. And I got me a spinning wheel to spin my own yarn. I mean, I've gone to the Maryland Sheep and Wool Festival. I have not been to Rhinebeck. That is on my list, now that I'm back into knitting. And I'm into knitting YouTube now, which is a whole thing. My algorithm is all jacked up now because I've been watching knitting videos. So this is my knitting insert. Again, it's just a Travelers Company insert. This one is a dot grid one. And yep, I went ahead and got me the Instax Mini Link 3 printer recently, and that allows you to print things from your phone into like these mini Instax, which I think is so genius. I love this so much. So I have one of those. So this is the first one and only one that I've printed so far using the Mini Link 3. And this is just the cutest knit socks with Birkenstocks. I gotta find these gold Birkenstocks. I have black ones, but I need to get the gold ones. But this is one of the knitting patterns that I'm gonna work on next. But I just have some knitting stickers. I think these knitting stickers are for Coffee Monsters Co. And then I used one of my Yumi Kitagishi stickers from Hobonichi. Isn't it cute? I just used one. This is actually like a post-it note that you put in your planner. I just put some glue on it and glued it down. And then I used my little Dymo label for that. I haven't put anything here. I haven't put anything on the first page. I don't know if I'm gonna put anything on the first page. I have no idea. So what I did was I use a tool called Ravelry. If you are a knitter or a crocheter, whatever, you know about Ravelry. I've been on Ravelry back when it was in beta testing. I just recently logged back in. Thank God all the passwords and stuff were the same. And I cleaned up my Ravelry. But in there, I keep the yarn that I have in my stash, which isn't a lot because I've gotten rid of all my yarn. I just have yarn for specific projects now. And I've favorited a lot of patterns. And of all the patterns that I favorited, I'll put a heart next to. I printed out some that I know that I would like to knit. I'm a slow knitter, so this is probably going to go on forever. But I just printed out a few that I can see myself working on in the next few months or several months. And these socks are one of them because they're super cute. So I'll take you through the patterns. And I have the title of the pattern, the designer, the start date, the finish date, and the yarn that I'm going to use. So this one is Summer Girl Socks by Sari Nordlund. I haven't started this one yet. This is going to be next for me. And then I left this page intentionally blank so that once I'm done with my pattern, I can take a picture and put it on this side of the page. And I'm probably going to take a picture of these socks in my Birkenstocks and put it on this side of the page. And write any notes about my experience knitting the pattern and maybe give it a rating. This is a sock pattern called Morning Coffee Socks by Crazy Sock Lady Designs. I am currently working on this. I started this in October. I'm just gonna say, because I had to take it out several times, and I think I got going really on Halloween. I decided to start with this sock pattern because, excuse me, in the knitting world we call this a vanilla sock, which just basically means it's an easy sock. It's nothing complicated. There's no lace, there's no cables, there's you know, it's just some ribbing, that kind of thing. And it's stockinette around the bottom. So I decided to start with this because I haven't knit in a whole year and I just need to get back into it. And I had to take this out twice because I was trying to knit while watching television, and I cannot do that. Not with metal needles, because the stitches will just slide off. And I'm working this pattern, and here it is. I'll just show you. So the patterns come like this. This is a free pattern, so I just printed it out, and then I make my own little notations for what size and stuff or whatever. But I'll just show you where I am. I'm still at the top, and I'm working this on DPNs or double pointed needles. And just to show you what the yarn looks like, this is what a skein of the yarn looks like. It's variated, but I have enough, I think, actually for 2 pairs of socks. So I'm still at the top. I decided to make the top area, the top ribbing, a little, I don't know why it won't, a little longer than what's in the pattern, just because I got chunky legs. And yeah, so it's coming along just fine. I'm gonna start on this part tonight. It's a slow thing with these socks, but it's so rewarding because you get to wear them at the end. And this is my second pair, so I don't usually knit socks, but this is my second pair. I have 1 pair of socks that I've knit. So that's what I'm doing. This is special. I'm gonna order the yarn for this tonight or in the morning. I've already picked it out. I am gonna be a grandmother soon. A Gigi. Okay? Gigi. Gigi. So I'm knitting this for my first grandbaby. And it's just a cute, sweet blanket. It's a Corshon blanket. I don't know about that V. Corban? I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Sorry, I can't pronounce it. Blanket by Tony Hold. Yeah, I'm clearly I cannot pronounce any of that. So I'm gonna start this soon. It's a sweet little blanket, again, very easy basket weave type of pattern with some looks like seed stitching around the sides. I have to pay for this pattern, but that's okay. And then I'm gonna be using a soft merino alpaca blend for this. No, it's just all merino. I think it's a washable merino for this. That way my daughter can wash the blanket without it felting, because you know you can't really put wool in the wash or the dryer actually. The The next one is this yun sweater, which I just think is so cute. And like, this is such a practical thing. I would live in this. And I love the high split on the side. As a girl with a butt, you know, it's like, oh, I got space for the hips and stuff. This is by Anne Fishcombe Sunday, or N.A. Fishcombe Sunday. But if you Google yun sweater, you'll get the deets. So I want to make that. I want to make this Saga winter neck by the same designer, and it's basically just something you put over your neck. This is like a cold weather place thing. So I would wear this in New York. So you just put it over your shirt. Like, say you want to wear like just like a little long sleeve cotton jersey tee, but it's cold outside and you really need to bundle up. You just throw that on top of it, and now you have like a half of a sweater basically. So I think that that's cute, and I have yarn for that. So, and then this I can't wait to make. I want to have me a reading sweater. I made a reading sweater last year, but I made it with yarn that I don't love next to my skin. This is why you gotta really think about, is this a garment that I'm gonna wear? Then I need to pick the softest yarn. So, oh, I didn't write the details for this one. I must have skipped it. I'm sorry. I will go to my Ravelry and you can find that one. I forgot to write that down, but it's super cute. This is a cute little top that I think would be nice. You can put like a button-up shirt underneath, like a white shirt, and then throw in some jeans. It's super cute. I love the ruffles. And it's the Augustine number 4 by Anne Sophie Velling. And then I think this is another one, Augustine number 24 by Anne Sophie Velling. And then that's it. So those are just some of the things that I want to knit in the next, oh man, I wish I had the name of this. Let me see. I can probably find it real quickly. And we can write it down together. Let's see. I'm logged in. I have my pen, and let's go to my notebooks, favorites, and yes, here it is. So this is the November jacket by Petite Knits. So I can't wait to make this, and I haven't decided whether I'm going to do it in gray or like a brown, like a nice milky, creamy brown. Okay, so that is my knitting notebook, and I have lots of pages left. So again, this is not a book where I'm gonna be switching it over next year. Like, I'm gonna have these pages all next year. I'm gonna have all these pages, and even if I run out of pages here, I'm just gonna make another Stardew notebook or another cozy gaming notebook. But this is not something I think I'm gonna run out of quickly. So to keep it fun, I'll just switch out my covers. I'll just switch into like my black one, or my brown camel brown one, and to kind of keep it fresh. This last one is just an insert that I had for so long. It's so raggedy, but we got to use our things. And these are just some enamel stickers, again, that I got from Michael's years ago. And then this is a sticker, I think that's from the Baumkuchen packaging. Some washi. You can see how old it is. It's raggedy, but that's okay. It's mine. I must have made this back in like 2021. And I decided to make, this was a reading notebook back then. And I don't know if you can see, but on this other, the page, I glued the pages together because I didn't want to have to look at it. But I had, oh, I can show you a tiny, I don't know if you can see that. I had like a little reading tracker here, and I had like fiction, nonfiction, poetry, blah, blah, blah. And I was just keeping a list. But I just decided to glue those pages together and just do this. And I've seen so many beautiful reading logs. Y'all, I don't have time to be doing the bullet journaling and like drawing out stuff and making it all what, like, I love that y'all can do that, or some of y'all can do that. I'm not, and it's gonna make me not want to show up to my notebooks when I just need my notebooks to jot down notes. So I decided that I'm just keeping notes. It's funny, when my daughter was she went to private school starting first grade. And in her private school, they didn't give homework until the second or third grade. I think the third grade is when they started getting homework. The only requirement they had of the girls, is an all-girls school, was that they needed to keep a reading log. And it was literally like one of those steno flip books. And you just needed to write down, I read 40 minutes in this book, chapters 5 through 9, pages, whatever, and that's it. And then, and it was just that. So this is kind of what that is. Like, I don't want to, it's just about me keeping track of what I'm reading. And I didn't go and do backtracking for the year because I don't need to do that. Like, whatever, I have the books that I have written, I have them listed in my Hobonichi weeks. I don't need to go backwards. I'm just starting right where I am right now. I started a book this week. It's called What My Bones Know by Stephanie Fu. I'm listening to it on Audible, and I started it on the 5th. I should be finished in the next couple of days. I think I got 6 more hours left. So maybe I want to try to be finished by tomorrow evening. And I'm just writing notes. So this entry is about, like, I keep forgetting how much I enjoy audiobooks, listening to the author narrate her own harrowing story of child abuse and neglect and complex PTSD is keeping me tuned in. If I were reading this in a physical book, it would be too hard and heartbreaking to keep going. I am encouraged by the author saying up front that there is a happy ending. Let's see. So that's what I wrote so far, and I'm just listening to it. And after each listening session, I just want to jot whatever I heard that stuck with me. So that's this, and it's just a notebook. And when I'm done with it, I don't need to keep it. I can throw it away. But this was just a way for me to just keep track and maybe refer back. And if I feel like I need to put something in my commonplace book, I will transfer it over to the commonplace book. And sometimes an author may have a turn of a phrase that I just think is incredibly beautiful. And it's things like that that I would put in my commonplace book. But for now, this is just me jotting down what I'm reading, what I think about it. And it's just for books, so physical books and audio books. Maybe essay, I don't know. And poetry. I mean, if I read an essay or something like that, I may jot it down in here too. But we'll see. But that is it. And then I just have it decorated with some random washi. And then this is a J.R.R. Tolkien quote. All that is gold does not glitter. Not all those who wander are lost. You may be familiar with that. That is Baumkuchen, the place where I buy a lot of my stationery. They use that a lot in their packaging and stickers and charms and things like that. And my daughter actually has this tattooed on her. Not all those who wander are lost. She has it on her ankle, I believe. The old that is strong does not wither. Deep roots are not reached by the frost. Ain't that good? That's good. Anyway, that concludes my hobbies TN. It was chaotic as usual, but hopefully you enjoyed it. I love this thing. I mean, the overhang and everything, because I mean 4 notebooks is kind of wild. I think 3 is the best for this, 3 in a folder, but this is good. I love it. Oh, and this is just like a leather tag that I got from Moochie Things, and it's been on here, and it says monthly. I don't know, whatever. It's leather though, which is kind of nice to feel. And then this is just the Traveler's Company pin loop, which only fits these kinds of pins. It doesn't fit anything else. Like even doing that is annoying. So I just do this and then pop it in here. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. And it just sits like that. But anyway, thank you for watching this video. Use your things. And this is the way that I'm trying to use my things. And it's bringing me so much joy to know that my life is not just work or, yeah, that I take some time for myself to do whatever I want that is interesting to me. And I hope that my hobbies continue to evolve and teach me things and help me self-regulate. And yeah, so let me know in the comments, do you track your hobbies? What hobbies do you have, actually? Let's start there, because it's not even important to track them. I just want to know if you have some and what they are, because I'm curious. So leave me a comment, and thank you so much for watching, and I will be back shortly with another video. Okay, thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and yeah, be well and do something that makes you happy. Bye.